Okay, let's call the meeting to order. Stand for the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, board members. Mark. Here. Ron. Here. Angie. Jean. Here. All present, and we do have a quorum. I'd like a motion and a second for to approve the board member regular meeting of the board for 7/10/24.
Second.
All in favor? So moved. Board members report. Mr. Mark.
I have nothing.
No for nothing. Ron?
Just got a lot of water line leaks lately.
Yeah. What did we find out this one down at on 4th?
No, probably took crap.
Okay.
It had a little crack in it.
Okay, all right. Angie. Jean, it's your turn.
Well, as noted, we are bleeding a little bit of our savings.
Yeah.
We've had some expenses we haven't counted on. Now that's going to be another charge.
That's another hunk. Yeah.
But I don't think it's anything we can't withstand. I don't like it. So I'm not particularly worried about it.
Yeah.
As far as the new pump is concerned, if we can get reimbursed for that, all the infrastructure costs, and that would be very nice. That would get us right back on track. So that would be good. Personally, I'm a little disappointed in our water bill, which is down to 44%, which is down 6% from 6-7% where it was, but I was looking actually more of a than that.
Yeah, I know.
All it shows is that we're still leaking somewhere.
Somewhere. And I still say there's a lot getting stolen.
Could be. I wish I could figure out where it was.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I agree with Mark and say, with what I've been seeing around town, we have a lot of services that are leaking.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I think the majority of it is just plain leaking.
Yeah.
No calculator.
I haven't given the board that, no, but
I have a little
can.
calculator she'll give you guys. It gives you water consumption of what, how little leaks to how big of a leak. And
It's a lot of water.
It's a lot of water, especially anything
Yeah,
above
you
60.
take 5 gallons here and 5 gallons there and start adding it up.
It's
Yeah.
more than that.
Yeah.
You're
Well.
looking, especially if the one that was down by your house
Yeah.
that was leaking for months and months
Yeah.
and months.
10 gallons a minute,
Yeah.
1,400 minutes a day.
Yeah.
It's gonna take more than-
Yeah.
Yeah. And you start adding those.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all.
Okay, all right, I have nothing. Thank you. Manager's report.
all right. Critical infrastructure. We had a successful job walk on Monday and clarified some possible snags and lead time issues. Our bid due date is now September 6th, so hopefully we'll have some news for the next meeting. I know you guys are going to be probably discussing that further, so I won't go into details on that. The U.S. RDA management report is up for approval. I did notice after I sent it out to you guys that the election dates are wrong on that one page, so I will be changing that. So you'll have to approve it with those changes, yeah. I didn't see anything else though, unless you guys saw something. You did?
No.
Oh, okay. I was
No.
looking down, so I didn't see. Tank cleanings, I don't have any new news on that, but I do plan on getting on that this month. I apologize for the delay on that. Lead and copper, they did provide us with a list so that we could go ahead and go through it and say what we could certify as lead and copper free and what we couldn't. I talked to Angie this afternoon and I think she's right. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and say that we can't really technically certify any of them as being 100% lead and copper free. And whatever they want us to do past that, we'll just have to do for the government. I mean, we've replaced some meters. And we could probably say where we've replaced meters, but everything in the ground, we can't we even have
Yeah.
difficulty finding some of our
But everything
lines,
you've done so far has been plastic or poly or
True.
steel.
It's
But
something
we're
else,
discovering,
yeah.
But, you
like,
know, they're concerned with the lines between the meter and the house.
I dealt with,
Yeah.
I had to do the whole pool, I had a major
Yes, so-
thing, so I know what they're asking about.
well, maybe
But
I'll get with you
I
then.
I would say our lines, because I mean, we know what year this line went in, so you aren't, it gives you a date. I mean,
But it doesn't tell you when the service lines going to the houses went in.
Well, no, they're talking about our lines, not
no, we're
not
talking about service.
home lines. They want us to certify what we have, but we actually have to provide, we have to be able to provide proof for whatever we say, we can say is not lead and copper. We have to actually show records. And I'm not sure
Well, we can show them,
how to go about,
we can show them all the drawing that shows what was installed on the new system, but I was almost sure that they were
They are.
talking about
They are.
not the
They
laterals,
are,
the service lines to the houses.
yeah, they are.
That's what
oh,
I
well
don't
then,
think-
yeah, we can't.
That's where I had to certify all the lines, and where we came from, we had copper lines, so.
Well, some people do and some people don't, you know, so how are you can't go to everybody's house. They're not gonna want you to dig up their yards, you know?
Do you guys have a suggestion for how I should move forward with this then?
Well, to
No.
certify, don't we test their water?
We
You can
tested
test their
sample.
water. That's
We
the only
only
way
We
you're
we
gonna
did a
find it.
sampling, yes.
Yeah, we were only 5 places, yeah.
Well, this isn't for the
I mean, we don't have
typical,
to dig up lines, do we? I mean, just.
this isn't for the 3-year lead and copper testing thing that we do. This
No, it's
is
over.
over and above new regulation stuff.
It's not exactly clear.
Clear.
What we have to do.
I would clarify with them and just say, hey, the system, we do not know what's in the ground. So far, everything that we've had is poly or plastic, but
Right.
it is unknown. And we're in the process of replacing.
I actually told
But,
them that.
hey, one thing we
I told them
can
that.
certify though is that every meter and every saddle is lead-free that we've purchased and that is installed.
Well, yeah, that comes
So
from
all of ours
manufacturer.
up to the
Yeah.
surface lines, we can certify as lead-free. Even our curb stops are all lead-free. Yeah.
But they would be.
Yeah, they're brass, but they're certified lead-free.
All
I
right.
just don't want to give them too much.
Yeah, exactly.
Weird thing.
Better off just leaving.
Okay. 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 Leaks, we started that process and I know we'll talk some more about it. We had a couple leaks on our end that we needed to take care of. 3? So it ended up being 3. And then we had some, damage from WECOM that 4
Behind,
in July.
we had the one behind their house.
Yeah.
You had the one in front of,
About
5 since I
yeah.
started.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Do we bill them for that? We bill them for the repair when they break the line?
They've actually been doing it with our guidance. They've
Trouble
been-
is our locations. We have to be within 4 feet of where
Yeah.
Say the lines are out.
the
And
lines
some
are
of the
at. We
markings,
can't do it.
some of the markings have been off, or we didn't know the line was there, so.
Yeah.
Um,
Catch 22 though.
Yeah.
all right, pump replacement, I'm pretty sure that I should have put this up for approval, but we did discuss it last month, the purchasing of that pump. It was $8,400, just for public record, I just wanna make sure that I say that. I did contact and reach out to all of you individually, nobody, obviously everybody was on board. But we haven't made an official
We need
approval, so I'll put that on next meeting since I missed it this time. We did authorize me to go ahead and make contact if we needed to do the repair, so we're kind of covered, but yeah, I'll put it on for next month. Which brings me to the final item, our finances. I do not at this point feel comfortable transferring money over from our checking account to replenish some of our savings account. I know we're at about 16,000 at the end of at close. We're actually down to 12 now. That $8,000, they did not put it through. I actually have that as one of the checks for you guys to sign tonight. They don't plan on putting through that credit card authorization that you signed until the work is done, which I don't have a problem with, but I just know that's an upcoming expense. They said, go ahead and send a check if you're more comfortable with that, so
Is
that's
that
what
for
we're
the
gonna
pump?
do. Yes.
we shouldn't pay for the pump until we get it.
That's what she's saying, she's not
Oh,
putting
okay.
through the charge. I didn't know how all that was gonna work.
Oh,
And I
okay.
knew that they weren't gonna be able to order the pump for us until we had authorization, a purchase authorization, so we had to do it that way. But she's not going to be putting it through for a while. I think I'll prefer to have it in check form, so that's in there. She's gonna shred that authorization. And any additional monies that, they require for the service call, since we're gonna have them looking at all our other pumps, we're just gonna do that as an additional charge when that happens. So that's all I have right now. I am gonna reach out to Kat about getting that. I'm not 100% sure how to go ahead and bill something miscellaneous like that. That's not part of our project, so to speak. So I wanna make sure I do that right. That's all I got.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Ben, what do you got to say?
As little as possible.
Okay.
Actually, we've been pretty busy just keeping those
Yeah.
guys supplied with the 811 locations. And they have, like you say, they have caused several leaks, but they repair them right away.
Yeah.
You know, so they're actually doing pretty good. So, as a side note, yesterday I heard a rumor that they were leaving
Ooh,
the boring company.
are they done?
Well, no, they're not. There's a problem with them getting paid.
Oh,
I talked
really?
I talked to the head guy here this morning because I told him I heard this rumor. He said, well, yes and no. We're going back, our reasoning right now is we're going back to Texas to get a rock boring machine. And it's gonna take us a couple of weeks.
Uh-huh.
That's their way of catching up. He says, they're just slow in paying us because we don't work for WECOM, technically, but they both work for the primary.
Okay.
But WECOM has to okay their work before they get paid, and they're slow with that.
It's a 60, 90 day thing, I'll bet
Yeah,
you.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
So, but they're, when they do locate one, they have called us a couple of times because they're using that high pressure water locator.
Yeah.
And they're letting us, so we're making marks on the map,
Good.
because there's a couple of them we didn't know existed. And that's really funny, because there's no
Make
mention
sure
of
we
it.
keep track of everything.
Yeah, well, we're gonna add it on there, that new map he gave us, we're just making a note on that.
Yeah, that's
That
fine.
there's one existing there.
Okay, cool. Where do we sit on that leak that's up in the gully up here? Behind
That's-
Nadine's house?
That's fixed.
That's, we
Is that
fixed that.
fixed?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
uh-huh.
Okay, I haven't talked to anybody.
That was one of his first jobs.
Okay, all right, cool, all right.
It was
Okay,
the second
cool.
one.
Oh, well, yeah, that group.
Speaking of those, can we get a new map from them once they put their wire in the ground and all that? Can we get a new map that we can supply to our contractor?
Yes, he said
Oh,
that he,
Okay.
he would try to, because I
Okay.
have the old map, and then they sent me a really screwed up piece, and I went to see him this morning, that's why I went to talk to him.
Okay.
And he said he will get us a new map of what they have done,
Okay,
so, yeah.
Okay.
Because a lot of the stuff that, like those little boxes, the concrete boxes,
right,
he said that is gonna be on the map,
okay,
so
perfect.
they'll know.
Okay, all right, cool. Okay, very good, thank you.
Do you have something else?
Well, I am the new guy, of course.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a lot to learn. Yesterday, Ron and I had a conversation about flush valves and hydrants. I got with Kathy. She found me the form that has the list of all the flush valves and hydrants. And I talked with Malcolm, and he's on board with it. Starting in September, monthly, we will be doing the flush valves, the hydrants. And I got with Malcolm also, and I said, when we do a repair, we have a notation down on our repair sheet for incidental information. I said, I want to see what valves were flushed so that we have it on record after we fix the repair.
And we also need to make sure they're always locked.
Yes, when we did the meters, we found a wet spot
Yep.
over on payroll. And it was a flush valve, and then the lock cover was gone. And there was also a private valve across the street for
Yeah.
a residence, and it was wet.
Yeah.
And so we took the valve out of that.
Yeah,
Meters
locked it
out?
The
off.
meter.
Yeah,
The
meter,
meter.
meter.
The meter.
So
Yeah.
that's been locked out. We've been in contact with the owners of that residence, and I take periodic drive-bys looking for wet spots.
Well, yeah,
Down
that's
through
what we need to do.
payroll.
Yeah, okay.
So what-
Your fire hydrants only need to be, and valves need to be exercised twice a year.
Twice a year on the fire hydrants.
Oh,
And
cool.
valves, and valves are once a year, hydrants are every 6 months. That is what, how do you say?
That's a standard.
That's the standard,
recommendations
so we don't have to
are,
do it every month.
but you don't have to. It's
Okay.
good practice though to know where they all are, so when you get a break, you go
You
flush
know.
that high
Yes.
side.
Yeah.
Well, learning where the lines are, and learning where the valves are connecting to, which lines go
Structure.
where, that's gonna be a long process.
Oh, yeah.
Not bad, because he and I
Yeah.
went through and marked every one of them with a number inside there. And I've got a map with those numbers on there. And it shows,
I just said pick, I didn't say knowledge.
Okay, continuing discussion about critical infrastructure. We had a job walk, 2 contractors on board, and there's really not much. We extended the bid due date to the 6th of September, which is after Labor Day, which is fine. They're both contractors are good with that and good for the timeline. So that's about all I've got to say about that, unless somebody else wants to.
I have a question.
I have major concern now with what they just laid all this fiber optic. That is where all of our water lines were going.
Yeah.
So we are gonna have, they shouldn't have put the lines in because we had ours permitted before
Well,
these guys.
Yeah,
And now,
and we had no idea.
no,
That's it. All of a sudden, here we are.
no, no, I'm just saying,
We're digging.
it's
Yeah.
gonna be more,
It's gonna be
more
more of a
time
pain.
because they're.
Yeah, it is.
It's gonna take longer.
Yeah, I mean, whoever
Yeah.
stops it in the ground first wins pretty much.
It is.
Unless you
Yeah.
have like a master plan subdivision where it's all
Yeah.
designed and brand new.
Yeah.
Otherwise-
Oh, yeah, and that's what they're used to. Yeah, so. Okay, anybody else? Yes, sir.
I was gone last month. So the month before, it seems to me that we had voted that we were going to put in a request for Plan B, to get the plans for B, so we'd see if we wanted to bid on that. Whatever happened to that? We didn't do that?
We brought it up at the last meeting and voted to stay with what we're doing.
Oh, okay.
But we need to get them to give us a master plan of the whole
Oh,
town.
we will.
Oh,
So
yeah,
that way we
they
can
did.
circle what
Yeah.
what you're asking, because I agree
Yeah.
with you that,
Yeah, we
Oh,
have
no.
the whole.
no, no, I just,
Yeah.
but I mean, yeah.
Okay, anybody else have anything to say about? Okay, no old business, we'll move on to new business. I'd like a motion and a second to approve the annual management report, and with the caveat that Kathy's gonna make the changes. Double
So
check.
just to the election, there's a sheet where it lists out all of your election dates, and there was some discrepancy
Okay.
on the years, but I just have to change that one.
Okay.
Everything
I
else is
move we
good.
approve them with corrections.
With corrections, yes.
I see.
Okay.
All in favor? So moved.
can I make a suggestion?
Sure.
That we take each of yours and post it in the office so that the people, because they're always asking me, these guys are saying to me, these guys are not elected, what are they doing? I said, yes, they are.
Yeah,
So if we posted the
certificates.
election date of each of you
Oh, that's
right
fine.
there in the office,
Yeah, we can do that.
and we can
Yeah,
say,
we can do
look,
that.
there it is
You and
right
Mark
there.
will get yours as soon as you, as soon as they send them to us.
Yeah,
They'll send them to your home address.
yeah, that's
I
fine.
have mine.
Yeah.
Gene has his.
Okay. Okay, outside if we have some stuff to sign, I'd like a motion to adjourn.
A motion to adjourn.
Second?
I see.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we're adjourned. Gene, I think you have.